Hmm.
Leggy boo. They almost all. I don't think
They're busy because they slipped fell. I had like honestly, I'm kind of surprised these raids. Wait, I think I. Oh. I'll change the order.
What we said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Intimidating. Mm-hmm. Good taco. Like a ton. I said good loco. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Wait, how about 200? I guess I should. I think so. Also, I. Oh, wait. I may as well just get that done and over with. I should have just. That's why I'm missing. Ah, there's. Fuck. Every time. Grand success on the one. Care about. Nice. Yeah, that's all the Omega summons. Yeah, definitely. How close am I to uncapping? Not very. Yeah, not very. 8%. Also, alright. Slow grind. Mm, pretend. The bow. Actually, to be fair, I should probably. Oh, wait, this one. Oh, shit, I thought that was fully uncapped. Those more. Didn't realize. I thought it was really uncapped. But two. It's sunlight. Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. And the Uriel copy two. Hmm. Another one just. I think I only have two. Wait, actually, I need to see if I can three. So, galleons. Three for gorillas. Like that. Three. Okay. Two ref. Okay. I have a bunch of ref. Five. I could have uncapped. What happens when you don't check? I need to do so I can finish capping. Oh, I know Gabriel. I'm pretty. Did I try that? Probably not. One, three of this. I don't even know if like Thor is worth capping. There's no way. Ariel. I forgot I have a Bahamut. He's fun. Actually, I think most of the primal uncaps I'm on. Inventory. Ba-da-ba-dum. Oh shit. Awesome. Let's see. Three. Enough to 4 star. I might just. Granted, half the times I don't even use the one that I have. Yeah, I'm on like one Michael. I don't really think it's like pulling it out. I get one more gorilla, I can have another 4-star gorilla. I don't know if that's actually worth. Uriel, I think we're also one. Yeah. I think we went off of Uriel, one off of two off from Metatron. And the rest are pretty far off. I saw somebody, but I don't think I saw someone using Satyr form for her. Wait, well, I don't think she's that good compared to just saying Athena. I think Athena's too good. Way too good. This fight. Gonna use that extra damage. Does she not? Oh no, she's only space. Mm, mm. Oh, actually, I forgot. That's not. The one's better. Maybe I should just take. I don't even actually know if this is worth using without being 4-star. Mm. 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 I can go through mine. summons in my inventory. Collapse together stuff that needs to be reduced to things that need to be reduced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they do that. Um, I'd waited a turn. Could have started the creep. The downside of this takes 5. Got all of her stacks. Oh, bottle around. That conditional. Mm, I think I'm just gonna mark. Wait, that is what now? I forgot about that. That gives you lower HP, and mine also had HP. Oh, I forgot to check. Hmm. Wait, that's fine. Pretty close. Oh, you don't. I mean, that stuff. Get 3 more of those guns. That. Wait, how long do I have until? Otherwise? the 7. I guess it'll just depend on my luck on whether or not I can 4-star that before World Wars. I really just need to make sure circuits have the same uh, button setup. Nice. Oh, close. I wish I would get a cut or uncaps, but that's probably not gonna happen until like next fight. Totally no gun that slaps me in the face with a rig. Toxic. bit better setup. Just muscle memory. I've been too lazy to swap the other Berserker lineups. I'm kind of surprised that the raids were so spaced apart though. Then you tag the raid. So there's not another one till May, and then after that it's June. Hmm. Hmm. I'm just curious about the art. We should get to up next week though. So. Ooh, sheesh. I really wish this icon was different from his other icon. The guaranteed triple attack icon. I don't know why they got lazy and didn't at least like recolor it. Awesome. New outfit on the next Guild Wars. Wonder what it'll take to get that. Oh, is it gonna be? Oh, is it gonna be the for having all transcended characters? So there's the outfit for getting all the Eternals, the outfit for uncapping all the Eternals. Nothing for people that transcend their Eternals. I'm assuming that's what that's for. Pretty interested in how they're gonna handle the new Rise of the Beast characters. I'm assuming it's probably just gonna be the case. Oh, I'm assuming it's probably just gonna be the case of it being there's one item refreshes every so you get all four. at least we got nutmeg. Actually, no. That's 20 less of those we need. I'll take that. Acceptable. Question is, are these worth using without their uncut? The real question. Hmm. Because you get the 20% period, right? So 20%, and it has a big boost to attack. But I don't think it's like worth using. And like if you have most or a completed grid until you get this. I like this design. This looks cool. The design for the new weapons actually look pretty. I don't think they're bad. I wonder if there's gonna be a tech for like Tiamat guns, like the old ones, with the new bow. Oh, because I have. Right, so like the new bow has tyranny on it. So use it to activate enmity. Probably what? 3 bows? Probably for like OTK purposes, honestly. 3 bows with like 3 guns. Or maybe even just 2 guns. Right now I think about it. I don't think any of the wait, yeah, there is one. The dagger, right? That gives garrison. Oh, actually, yeah, that might be a thing. Right, it's only small. I don't know if that's actually gonna. I find it so weird how they do their stuff because like I mean, I guess because it gives damage, right? And it gives big. Actually, no, yeah, it's you probably definitely want like one of the daggers because the dagger would probably replace the proving ground harp potentially. Actually, no, probably not. Yeah, but you'd probably like use one with the harp. I just don't have any hammers awaken. A little unfortunate. Oh, I think I could probably just stay. Well, no, because this is HP. Pretty sure that's a significant lose. I don't think the double attack I don't care for. Oh, actually, one might replace. Actually, what is this? 10% boost. Oh, fuck it, we'll try it. I think how strong people's grids are for that. I'm not even gonna try to like seriously go for it. Like I don't even know how you would. Because I don't know if we know, like, I'm assuming the conditional treasure chest is a percentage chance based on how high you get it up to 100. Like, I'm assuming the way it works is it's like 10% chance per stack, right? To get the conditional chest. And then once you get the full 10 stacks, it's at 100. But like, people blitz it down too fast for the stacks to get consumed if only one person does anything. Not to mention, you would have to have enough clicks to fucking. I guess an era could do it. Actually, now that I think about it. 10% per stack, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, because it's like 10, like it's 10 stacks, and I've gotten it every time I max it out, right? But welcome in, Zelaric. How is your, hopefully you've had some pretty decent like grinding the new Magna weapons. But I feel like, what is it? An era. Like, I've been using Athena, right? Because after 5 turns, Athena will just make the stacks go down by herself. Uh, but I'm thinking for like, yeah, see, it's only 6. But I would need to have enough time to hit this and Athena's, like her skill 1 and Athena's skill 2, to give myself a 10% chance to get the conditional, because I don't have any of the burst setups available for fire. At least I don't. Does Magna even have like a usable burst option? Because I also don't have the dagger for Mana Diver because I wasn't playing when that was a thing, which I am kind of sad. Basically, I wasn't playing the game when any of the EXO ones were around except for the most recent one, which I am now kind of regretting because some of those had some pretty good main hand weapons, and the Wonder would be nice to still have. What burster options do we have? I also don't have Chain of Falsehood, so that's kind of not an option. Got 3 of the guns for both. 2 the bow, 1 dagger from Tia, and 2 katanas, 1 spear from Lumi. Take small break. Nice, nice. Yeah, so far I've only gotten 1 gun apiece, and I think I have 1 bow and 1 katana. But I've only been doing like the host. I haven't been like trying to farm the what you call it? Farm the like the backups. Mostly because I probably should, just because, especially because of conditional things. Like them adding that is actually really smart. But it'd probably just be me going and click 2 buttons, hit a summon, then carry on with my life. Because I don't think I have anybody else who has like a multi-hit skill that's worth pushing. But I think I would go the dagger. Well, no, I can use the staff. That's fine. Trying to think of using like Warlock, right? To do another, I think like what, 6 hits? We could do 12, 18. Then I just need 2. Warlock is 6, right? I'm not like tripping with it. Oh. I mean, I'd have to use a staff. It's just fuck, I don't have a dagger. If I had the dagger, it'd be so much easier. Because I think Mana Divers thing counts, right? The after auto effect. This thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this counts for skill damage. Damn, yeah, it's just Mana Diver. With a Mana Diver, you could get 3 stacks in one go. With Anira and Athena. It's kind of weird because I feel like, yeah. So technically that would be what you could do. Like if we could get 2 turns, if, which is a big if. Actually, I think we'd get like, yeah, if we could get 2 turns, it would be 12, 12, 12, right? And then I can get a 3rd turn and I could sun, and then that's another 12. So technically I could get like probably 4 or 5 stacks, but with how fast I've been seeing them die, I don't think that's a realistic like assumption. At most I could probably get in 1 before it dies. Hmm. That's a problem for future Mellow to put together. Realistically speaking, my idea is probably just to wait a bit for the initial craze to die down a little bit before jumping into it. But I probably should just do it just to get the animas right. But that's a big one. Fuck it, strike time. Let's go. I also don't have Alanan because I'm weird and I didn't get the sun until like recently, and even though it's not fully uncapped. Oh, I was one of those weird people that when Arcarium came out and we knew the sun was like a double strike call, I was like, uncap the devil. Let's go. I was one of those weird. And do I regret it? Sure don't. Sure don't. But it does mean that like when it comes to like bar setups, I am a little lacking when it's required for anything that's not like, well, even the Ogi stuff, because I've actually been a little too lazy, not farming. What's his face? Atom, because that fight actually annoys me. It annoys me so much. I haven't used any Raphael stuff. Oh, oh, okay, that's good then. Because I'm just basing it off of like my like, because like the first raid I did, like well, I guess that's kind of to be fair because it was yesterday. Like I basically did them as well earlier today. Uh, the ones I hosted, I'd do like my 3 mil, and then before I swapped to my Athena setup, and like a couple of those they were at like 6, which I mean to be fair, is still a pretty good amount. But they just got deleted because there's just a bunch of Lucha setups would show up. But I guess like with people knowing, it's probably like there's people probably just going in there with just setups to get it to like full stacks. That's good. All right, then yeah, I should probably start grinding that at some point then. Because I'm not gonna lie, those conditional things have a pretty high chance for the weapons. I think all of my weapons have come from the conditional chest. which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so I should probably like actually do some of that. I don't know. I'm very like casual with the farming in this game. Like I have bursts. Like there's bursts where I'll just farm a lot and then I just won't touch the game. Like I won't like grind outside of like doing the pros and just logging in, and then I go back to like farming a lot and trying to catch up because I've been slow. From the condition, yeah, I think they have a like. I'm gonna assume that it's intentional, as it's just I'm pretty sure they're really high, like drop rate for the weapons. I should have held on to that because he's gonna want to do the. Pretty sure next. Even if he doesn't, I'll just rip it. Yeah, fucking knew it. I've done this raid too much. I've done this raid too much. Yeah, that's nice though, because I think one of the things I didn't like about when they added the like Magna 2.5 stuff, uh, is this the one that gives himself the thing? No, no, no. It was because it was just like they were like they were just like they did the whole like purple chest thing, and then it's like, oh, those are unaffected by the way, and I'm just like, then what's the point? Like, what's the point? To be fair though, it was like I knew what the point for the purple chest was. It's just by the time they added it, like I already had all of the weapons I needed. Well, most of them fully uncapped. There's still a couple more I could get for the non-boosted stuff, but for the most part, everything I have is basically where it needs to be for the stuff I can get out of the purple chest. But I do need to grind more. I want to get at least one more spoon, but I have been too lazy, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering that fire is my strongest grid. Oh, I think this is the one where, but it's fine. He's dead. Part of the upcoming double chest period for yeah. I mean, it'd be nice. Like, it really would be nice, especially for Lumi since we have the Guild War around the corner. But honestly, yeah, I don't expect it to happen either. Because I think uh they because I remember when they first implemented it, they excluded a bunch of the raids that we now have with it. Like I'm thinking, I don't think the Ennead raids were included like in their first go when they were new. I could be wrong on that though. It's been a long time, but I remember they like had a bunch of the raids excluded, and then they added them over time. That it could have just been a case of they didn't expect that people would want those, or probably not the reactions. I remember a lot of people being a little annoyed about the fact that things were excluded from the bonus. That a lot of them were just like, "Yo, that's it makes more value over there." But it definitely would be nice, especially considering that Magna's kind of been in a pretty, pretty, pretty rough spot for a little bit. Because outside of the Revan weapons, it's like the progression for it's been pretty bad. That's the grind I started on when I started playing again. That I'm now working on is I finally got to like rank 200 recently, so I've been trying to get those all ranked up. So I like the like whole reason I have two draconic weapons. I went from having like no draconic weapons to I have two of them at like 5 star. So that's just how much resources I had saved up for it. But to be fair, I think that's one of the things I like about Grand Blue is like they always give people reasons to like farm the um the lower raids because of like the resource stuff, right? So even if you're like late to the party, quote unquote, there's still people gonna be grinding it for stuff, which is really nice. There's not a lot of other gacha games that have that decent amount of a system going. What's up, Zephyr? Oh, it only lasts one turn, right? Yeah. I think I should swap her for Yukata Vampy. Not that much. It was storming for a bit before stream. So my head hurt pretty badly, so I decided to just do some grinding on Granblue, which I need to do. Which, to be honest, this is probably going to be what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this week. Because we'll have Apex during the day with the new challenges, and then Path of Exile launches on Friday, the new league. So, I definitely would like to do that. I don't know if I'll start it on Friday, but basically starting next week, it'll be. Oh, actually, I just game it. Even then, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the new league. I don't know what I'm gonna league start because they kind of fucked over what I normally play a little bit. I don't know if it's actually gonna be like as bad as we expect it to be, but considering that they took away a large, so like for Path of Exile, they did a huge like balance patch coming with Necropolis, and in their infinite wisdom, they did nothing that we asked for melee, which was get us off of being like stuck on totems, right? Because like if you play a melee character in Path of Exile, you always have to use a totem because if you don't, I forget that after 10 turns, these twice. Uh, because basically you're just it's like three like sockets and like 9 passive points, something like that, 8 or 9 passive points that you have to take as a melee build. But instead, they decided that they were going to make it so that you cannot bind. Like they're trying to, for some weird reason, they're trying to get rid of the bind to left click, like the insta cast goes. So like the way it would work, for instance, Bone Shatter is you would bind Ancestral Call to your left click, a call or call to arms, which makes it instant, and then you can just walk around and you just constantly have the buff up at all times. Uh, Apparently, for some weird reason, their um in their design process, they didn't like that, and and a lot of us. Well, I didn't really assume it until people mentioned it, but people are assuming it's because of the Path of Exile 2 isn't going to have that. So apparently, they want to get people used to that. So then their quote unquote fix for that was to add 2 skill gems, one for war cries and one for other insta cast skills that would automatically cast the ability for you, like on cooldown, which that in and of itself has its own problems. Uh, but the other problem is that it increased the cost and the cooldown for the ability, and it's just like for melee, we're already running at very low. Like first of all, you're very starved for sockets. Like basically, the sockets you're using is the reason you're using them is because that's all you have. Like there is no like real variation. It's like I think there's like one variation, and that's dependent on whether you're elemental or physical. And it's just like basically they made melee like worse to kind of like put together in a state where melee in and of itself, like the top melee build, is nowhere near like mid-level ranged builds or way more like cost. So it's a very weird what should we call it? It's a very weird call they did for changing it. Like, to be honest, I'm kind of confused by it. The only nice thing is I do have a build that's not affected by it. The lacerate build that I did of butchering, I couldn't figure out like a war cry to use in it, so I just didn't use one, and it felt fine. So the copium in us is hoping that maybe at some point they're just gonna patch it to like, you know, at least make it where war cries aren't really like a huge thing for uh for damage potentially. Mm. But basically the ones unaffected are like slam builds, which to be fair haven't really been like, they're usable, but they're not very good. And then like builds like mine where like I put them together and it's just like uh you can't like do anything with them. The problem though is that it kind of puts a bullet in to corrupting cry builds, because corrupting cry builds were all about stacking enough cooldown reductions that you could always like permanently spam the ability. I think it should be enough because she's gonna be double striking. So now with the changes, that's impossible to do because you could barely get enough cooldown reduction from items and passive points to do that. And then now they've added like a 200% mana cost with a like, I think it's like, I don't remember the exact, but it's a decent margin of cooldown like that we lose. So basically, it means that like Bone Shatter is gonna be a lot harder to play off the rip, and so the only real option for melee builds I have would be a slam build, which, to be fair, none of them are extremely effective at the moment. Or oh, actually, I should have used hers, not hers. Uh, which to be fair, they're really not that good right now. Like, yeah, they can be usable, but the amount of like farming and resources you would need and trade value to get them is pretty high. And that's the reason why, like, for instance, Bone Shatter was considered like is considered like the premium melee ability or melee build in Path of Exile, specifically because of how low investment it takes for it to reach end game content, like beginning end game content. So basically, like mid to high yellow maps and red maps, it has a very low amount of uh, of basically cost requirement, you could say, for the for what you have to put into it. Most of the other builds require a decent amount of like uniques and or gems or something. Like basically you need a lot of like investment to really get them working. And basically they made even those builds potentially just not like feasible like at all. So it's a very weird take on it. And then apparently people are saying that melee is worse in PoE 2 and the current gameplay they showed for it than it is in PoE 1, which is funny considering the fact that in PoE 1 it's not that great. And but I don't know. If anything, if worst comes to worst, I'll just do like Righteous Fire or something. There's a couple like League starter builds that I've looked into that I'm like, oh, those would be cool to try, but I've never played those. And I don't like, to be honest, like I don't feel like playing the current league at the moment, so I'm not in the mood to do like test runs for it. If that makes sense. To see how I would play, because I did that last for this league. I think like 2 weeks before I did some like test runs for Frostblade Trickster. As just like I was just looking for other builds to try out that that just for a change of pace since I've done Bone Shatter so much. And then unfortunately, like the only other like melee build I have any interest in really playing it or having a form of playing it like requires me to run Labyrinth like a bunch of times to fight the RNG for it. Damn, I need one more gun so I can 4-star it. I just is it is. And it's just like basically it's not a league starter thing. It is definitely like a second character kind of thing. So actually, others I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like realistically speaking, like it may end up just killing the game for me a little bit, to be honest. Because the main reason I even played PoE as much as I do is because of Bone Shatter, because I like it. To be fair, I played it because of slams originally, and then I played Bone Shatter after they did the huge slam nerfs, because slams used to be really really strong. Mostly because of the speed of the game was also slower than it is right now. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely going to be builds that people find to work. I'm pretty sure the Rage Cleave one, which got nerfed, probably didn't get nerfed enough to really make a difference to it. It'll probably still be really good. There's also like a Rage Vortex one that I've heard that was basically untouched. So there's that potentially. I might end up just doing like a tectonic or not tectonic, a people. I think that's what. I don't fucking know. I play way too many Diablo like games with like the same kind of like visual skill thing. That's just the main difference is oh shit. Oopsies. I'm kind of trolling, but that should be fine. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Because personally, it's like what you may call it. The there are other builds I want to try for like melee builds, quote unquote. It's just the problem is that like unless you get like super lucky with the I think it should be. Fuck, I need to replace that with the or not Beelzebub. Sure. But oh right, I forgot I had double strike on. I could have easily cleared that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm honestly just really curious. Like, once I got past my initial like what the fuck kind of thing of like what the hell are they doing? Uh I was kind of just like, man, I'm just curious like what's going through the development team's brain when they look at melee stuff. Cuz to be honest, it's like I honestly think the entire reason they did like some people say it's PoE too, but I think it's because of corrupting cry. Fucking die we that. But I think it's because of Corrupting Cry, because they've been trying to do a note of getting rid of the walking builds. So aka like stuff like Righteous Fire, where you just literally just hold left click and walk around and everything dies around you. And to be honest, Corrupting Cry, from what I could see, was like insane, like insanely strong for like I could never personally figure it out myself how to properly do it. I'll buy myself a turn. Uh, but from like other people who actually knew how to play it, like and actually like progress through it without even like even in solo self found, it was really strong. It was really strong. And I think that's probably the reason they actually went for it for the nerf. So I mean, I could be wrong, and it could just be them trying to like bring it in line with the PoE2 changes, but mm, I don't know. Not to mention the new league, honestly, looks kind of eh. I mean, I'm assuming there's probably stuff we don't know about. I'm hoping there's stuff we don't know about. Because if all we get is all they've shown, I'm not too terribly impressed at the moment. But like to be honest, it almost feels a bit like a filler league. Just with better effort than the last filler league they did, which was Crucible. Because Crucible was a filler league. There's no questions about that. It was like you could tell that it was well, it wasn't like, bottom of the barrel effort, that it was definitely like they kind of just cut a lot of corners, right? Um so like it honestly kind of feels because it's like first of all, apparently it's a forced mechanic. Like I don't know if you have an actual way to not take part of the league, which will be the a first, at least from the ones I've played, except for maybe like well no, even Sentinel. I think you can just not equip the Sentinel. So unless it's something like that, right, where if you just don't equip the lantern kind of deal. Because we don't know how that works. Um then it's you basically can't ignore the league mechanic at all. Like you're forced to interact with it. Which if that is the case at launch, they're probably going to have to change it sometime after league launch because a lot of people, especially at the more casual level, are not going to enjoy it unless the league mechanic itself is ridiculously easy to deal with. Like, I mean, like a joke to deal with, like normally, or you have some form of like more control over it. It's also weird how they're trying to tackle like people that just want to speed through the like through mapping and stuff, like speed clearing, where they just like boss like run to the end. Because the way the thing's gonna work apparently is that should be enough. Vajra dies. That's what it is. Because it's like the way the mechanic works is like the more you kill on the previous instance, the higher chance you have for better stuff on the next instance. which I'm assuming works for maps. Which, if that works for maps, then it means that you're gonna want to like borderline full clear map, which for me doesn't mean anything, personally. Because I generally like I don't like full clear maps, but I usually get them. I should do this because he's gonna want. Okay. Um, I usually get them to be like less than 50 monsters remaining, so it doesn't really. Which I'm assuming is probably gonna be the like the efficient part that people are gonna find. Like people are probably gonna look up the efficiency of it, and then they're just gonna be like, "Oh, if you just get to like below this many mobs, you'll be like you're fine." Oh shit! Didn't look at his charge bar. Oops. Or image. Um. Oh, but nice. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If anything, this league might be very short lived. Because if the league is too much of a pain, and I get too bored from playing whatever build I league start with, and the challenge set doesn't really catch my attention, I'm probably not going to play a whole lot of the league, to be honest. Because it's kind of like Harvest, but with less steps. Think about it. Well, not necessarily less. Well, I guess yeah, you could say less steps. It's like Harvest, but instead of having to like go through the process of going through all of these going through all of these this is why I hate when I'm wondering if my shoulder's been bothering me all day. Uh, uh, I got my I lost my train of thought. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. That's all you can really do, honestly. Because because you kill the monsters, you kill the corpses, and then you just go and you try to craft the item you want. It's not bad. Like I don't think it's a bad mechanic. I almost feel like it's being implemented to replace Harvest at some point potentially. I just don't know how they would implement it if they did want to replace Harvest with it. They're not. Oh fuck! I didn't have enough. I fucked up. I forgot that I start. Oh, this is why I honestly like. I'm kind of weird. And I don't like strike time. Strike time always throws me off. It always throws me off. It throws a lot of my setups off, especially for Mana Diver. I should have just used his skill 3 turn 1. Yeah, I didn't get the double strike because I didn't pay attention to my charge bar before I cast. I can't believe it. Sure. One never shows up again ever, and then yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, PoE has been having some pretty weird takes recently, I feel. For balancing stuff. But to be fair, I'm probably just gonna end up doing some sort of slam build. Probably just gonna end up doing some sort of. I remember there's a slam. There's a couple different slam transfigure gems which are pretty cool. Oh, I should. Yeah, if anything, what I'll probably do is I might start like Righteous Fire Chieftain, and then go into a. To be honest, the only reason I'm even farming lambdas is for host materials. Whammed, like I don't need anything from Whamdas at all. Actually, I think, yeah, I think the only 6 dragon fight that I do it because I need like drops from is Galleon. I'm kind of actually, you know what? That's something I'm actually surprised about. I'm surprised they haven't added awakening for the dragon weapon. Because like it's me who's a casual grinder, and I have basically all the 6 dragon weapons that are worth having. Like I just need one more galleon gun, and then I can. Kind of sucks because this is gonna hurt like pretty badly. Um, yeah, because I have what you call it. I have I have 2 4-star beaks. I have 2 4-star the spears. I have. Well, I guess technically I could get another filial sword, but I don't really care for it that much. And then the only reason I don't have a 4-star what do call it? A 4-star Lewis axe is because I've been too lazy. Metatron, because I just need Metatron Omega Anima. But I guess technically I should keep farming him just so I can finish getting all the draconic weapons. Like level 5. Considering that now with the new um with the what should we call it? With the new uh yeah, we risk it for the biscuit. Actually no, it should be fine. That's basically like a full chain. Um yeah, no, we're definitely fine. I just underestimate how strong this grid is. Uh since with the new like whenever I do get around to doing it, which is gonna be a while because I have to farm all the Revan weapons. The new X whatever 6 dragon red, which lets you um which lets you gives you an extra like gives you a higher cap for it. Lets you put Dark Opus and Draconic weapons in the same grid, which is insane, honestly. It's kind of insane. Slightly annoying too, actually. That like they're locking it behind that and not just like removing the restriction. Like I find that actually kind of weird. But yeah, I'm still just club. We can't even do enough like damage to oh I like it's the problem is like the first time I did the berserker I had this here and then I put the base fang here, so I'm just autopiloting to click click and then click and looking up rolling. I also needed to swap these because and Athena's kind of just there, honestly. This thing. Oh, you just fair enough. I guess another thing is that like after I think like once I get all the draconic weapons to the 5-star, I am probably just gonna dump all the draconic anima into the the extended like the mastery level whatever thing is from to get some other ones done. Because right now I only had enough materials to get relic buster and then barely get berserker like, put together so that I wouldn't like be broke. Oh, let's go!
Yes.
Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Winning. I think the after of damage. Okay, we bought. Actually, it doesn't matter. Cover the damages. I forget the skill, and this just deals skill damage regardless of what. Mm-hmm. In case friendos. Oh, so fucking sick. It's kind of funny because Wellness was probably like my favorite Six Dragon design, like from the raid and like his human form, and then like his kit is hands down like it feels so good. Granted, at the moment I only have him, Fediel, and I've only recently got Whamdis. I haven't used her yet. So I guess it's a little bit of a skewed kind of gauging, one could say, but he's what I got. That's how I use him. But it's just like I don't know. He just feels good. Like Fediel, like I liked Fediel. It also just feels weird because it just feels like what should we call it? Like I've been trying to use her less, but at the same point, my dark grid just isn't tanky enough without her because of the 10k shield, which is kind of annoying. Because basically my dark grid at the moment, or my dark team, I can't use, like I have to use her and I have to use Lich. Because Lich is a must-have. You just have to use Lich. She's so fucking strong. But Fediel gives like a lot of extra tankiness to my team. And I don't know. Luckily with my grid strength, I don't need to do. Before, what I used to do was my team was basically I used Sturm instead of Witness so that her dodge would keep fucking away from casting. Oh yeah, yeah, that's fair. It's just like I've been. It's because I guess it's because it's like I've been saying a lot of a lot of the Revan grids have like much higher HP than what my grid has. But that's also just because like my grid's still not completely developed. And by not completely developed, I mean cough cough. I mean like it kind of okay. That's a bit. It's not very it's developed enough. But it's just like I've definitely been slacking on it a good decent amount. I got these two with the thing that we got for the anniversary. But that was a no brainer because I think I had one at 0 star because I just don't do the animal farming enough. But I still need to uncap this one. Probably pray for another pain and suffering, or my pain and suffering. I forget what his. I forget what. Honestly, like I just, I just don't feel like dealing with this stupid 6 dragon fights instead of this. Do toughen out though. I do need. I do want to try to get some of her weapons. Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's kind of like a no-brainer, right? Like they gave us like 3 tickets, and to be fair, my last pick was a bit memey, but it was kind of like I just looked at it and I was like, those are obviously gonna be 2 agonizes, and I think they did that on purpose because agonize is just too strong. And then and it's just like I missed, bro. Because like basically almost every single video they were just like I just watched the videos just for curiosity's sake, and every single video was just like get 2 agonizes if you don't have them. It's just because like to be fair, it's kind of like when you look at like the weapon ticket, it's kind of sad. It's a little sad. the choices, and I think it's just because like realistically speaking, there's just not a lot like to go off of. Part of it is just some stuff that's fallen off, like the Majestas. I still remember when Magesta was kind of like that was the dark weapon. You'd get like that and like agonize, and then that fell off. I still find it relatively amusing that whatchamacallit, the what was it, like the carbuncle weapons, right? The ones that they added that like basically were free to play primal that were pretty strong for, I think it was like what, a whopping like 1 month or something before they, but they like uncapped the I think it was what, the uncapping of the ancients, right? Of like the ancient twigs and like Oberon and stuff like that. That kind of killed that grid because it was just like, what's the point when they're worse? I thought that was funny. A little sad because like it would have been nice, but I thought it was funny. Oh, so I also need to farm. Actually, no, yeah, I should probably still farm a Horus. Like, need both. Yeah, because he's only. Yeah, I need to put Mandrake in. No, that should be fine. It's double strike. Galleon? Oh, I also have Galleon. I used to use her a lot. I was trying to remember. I felt like I was missing a six dragon that I've had for a while. And I remember that it's Galleon. Galleon's kind of weird though. Sometimes she's amazing. Sometimes I hate that. I don't know. I think part of it is just that every time she has her own attack phase, it's always at like the worst possible time for me. Like it just never lines up with what I need it. So I have a bit of a love hate. She does damage. She fucking shits out a lot of damage. That's for sure. That is for sure. Zlua. I think the only ones I don't have is him and AOR. I think are the only two I don't have left. Have they like found a way to like use him yet? Because I remember when he first came out, a lot of people were pretty unimpressed with his kit. Yeah. Like I remember a lot of people saying like they weren't impressed with what his kit had to offer compared to like what Light had in from other characters. Oh shit. I didn't use the summon because I was like, I oh that's I remember this cast is particularly nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I kind of assumed that was gonna be the case. Because I felt like because like he's like I assumed that the like what was gonna happen was the Uno effect, right? The Unraid effect, where like if there's really hard content, Unraid like Uno's considered extremely highly like wanted because of the fact that he brings a lot of damage and tankiness. But as soon as like the content's like trivialized, it's not like that big of a like he kind of drops pretty hard because you don't need him anymore. I figured it was gonna be the same case for him. Oh, so dumb. I trolled that so hard. I trolled that so hard. I forgot to put that back on. Alright, so this can. I was actually curious if this could or couldn't solo this. Actually, hold on. Talk about it. Is he on Premium Gala? Or is he on Ledge Fest? Oh no, he's on Premium. Alright, so we can add him to the Rage for when I do the because I'm gonna spark on the second 100 that we're getting. Because there's just more stuff on that banner that I want. Like my initial spark target is gonna be Poseidon because I need him for my water team. And then hopefully Vakala, who's the last like um these are the last six generals I don't have. The last Zodiac character I don't have. Uh and then I guess I can pray for a little to come home. Uriel's the only one of the prime marks you have. I sparked Uriel. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, that banner was too good. I sparked. But I have Uriel and Michael. I don't have Gabriel. I'm also hoping could. Well, I was hoping could come home because I think Gabriel's on Ledge Fest. Yeah. But Michael, I think I used Sierra Ticks on, and then Uriel I sparked for. And then Gabriel came out, I think, when I wasn't playing, like during one of my little breaks that I had. So I didn't go for her. Because more than this, I have been man. The like, let me tell you, the prime marks. I've been waiting. I was waiting so long for those to be fucking playable. I was waiting so long for those to be playable. I remember all the different like theories everybody had of like, oh, it's they're you know they'll be attached to the seraphic weapons like back before the skin came out for uncapping all of those like stuff like that. Like there's so many different theories of like what the Primarchs would be tied to. A lot of people expected them to be the next like uh grind character, which now apparently is going to be Rise of the Beast. Stuff like that. I didn't care what it was. I was just like, as long as they're fucking playable, I am so ready. So ready. I just wonder what they're gonna do for light. I mean, I guess technically they don't need to because Lucio exists. That's probably what they'll like fall back on. As like technically, if you look at the summons, right? Metatron, I think, is the one that's like the light Primarch summon for that series. But Metatron's technically dead. Granted, I don't. I mean, do we have dead? I don't remember we have dead characters. Playable. I don't think we do. Thank you. Yeah, thingy, fight, whatever. I am a little sad though that I did get Feeny on for the 100 rolls for. Oh right, him. I keep forgetting about him. I forget. I keep forgetting about him, even though they've added what? There's technically now 3 versions of him, right? You have the free version, the Earth version, that's like his like alter ego fantasy version, and then now his like actual grand version. Right, I forgot about that. And then we get Lucio's uncapped like next week. So interesting time. And then we get Sandy Boy in May and Relink. I had thought about playing Relink tonight, but it's just my head hurts too much. I wanted to do some Vasaraga farming since I have his Terminus weapon, but it's just my head's killing me too much. This is actually a really good run. We didn't even get the stacks capped out last time. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. I fuck with it. Honestly, that'd be kind of cool. Regardless how he looks, I'm ready. Lucio, I think, was like one of my first grand characters. I've had him for a long time. He used to be like my main on my main light team, and then he kind of fell off a bit. And by fall off, I mean like they 5-starred Kambira and then they 5-starred Grand Grand Avira, and yeah, I just kicked him out. He's still probably pretty good, but I just don't. I don't use him outside of like proving grounds, but that'll probably change. I'm assuming his 5-star is going to be kind of nutty. Because even if they don't stay that way, for the most part, I would say the most of the grand characters when they get uncapped, they're pretty good for when they're at least when it's new. Remember Black Knight? I'll double check after this to see like who my first one was. Because like a lot of the ones that I use I had pretty early on. Like I had a stint where I had a lot of like grand characters like early, and then I just didn't get any of them for the longest time, and then I started getting a bunch of grand characters like again just randomly, just the way my luck is. Cause like it wasn't the case that I wasn't getting grand weapons. I was getting grand weapons. It just kept getting like gold moons. I should have held off on that award because I don't remember who was my first grand character. I know Sturm was one of my first grand characters. was first and then to be honest, those are two very solid like first and second grands, in all honesty. Yeah. Let's see what mine were. My first one. Oh right. Her. That's it. First one. And then I got Sturm and then I got Black Knight. Yeah, I remember Sturm was pretty recent, like pretty early on. Yeah, Sturm, Black Knight, then I got Yugen, then I got Dark Angel, who I used a lot of. I got Lucio. And then I think Shiva was one that I like almost cried. Well, not really. Like I was about to be like depresso espresso because they kind of dropped them out of nowhere, and I wasn't expecting it. And I was throwing every single draw I could at the banner that I was getting, and then he came home. And then like I had a dry spell after, and I started getting like duplicates like a lot. Like I think I got like one or two Dark Olivia duplicates, stuff like that. I Sturm, I think I got like two of hers before I started getting new ones. And then I got like I think like Noah Recom who I need to like uncap. Like a lot of these I just got like back to back out of nowhere. And then yeah, my most recent ones were these three. These are from the free draws. This was the last one I sparked. I haven't used CAG at all. I have Grand CAG. I don't think I've ever like actually used it a single time. Same thing with Hull. Like I've not used her a single time in any fight. Mostly because there hasn't been a proving ground to use her in. I just used other characters for the last one. Oh, I forget. Grand Fairy is Arc. For some reason, I kept thinking the light was the Grand version. Hmm. Yeah, I forgot about this one. Well, I'm actually surprised doesn't have her uncap yet. It's actually surprising to me. Is there a win? Grimnir got an uncap before she did. What? I honestly think they don't know what they want to do with Lesia. Because like I don't think she really fits the current like play loop of Grand Blue. Like they could probably make her with her current kit, but I think she's probably like they're probably going to do a rework on her before anything else. And I think that like, they did the rework, and then that one like her rework was like all right, and then she kind of fell off again. And then it was kind of funny because for the longest time my win team has been in shambles, and I just never had any good characters, and I just got like Narmaya. And Charlotte's pretty good. Well, I had like Katara was like my best like win character for the longest time, followed by I think Lesia, but Lesia was kind of weird to use with Katara. Honestly, I need to get around to doing the 100 kills. Try to get the Pro Plus unlocked for these guys. Because honestly, they're a bit of a pain. Are a bit of a pain. Mostly because they're not that hard. They just take time. Like grids are. Well, I think the only one I don't have the solo for yet is Metatron, maybe. But that's just because I haven't tried. Like, I haven't tried yet. Mostly because I don't have much faith in my dark team at the moment for like fully soloing a fight. That fight. But he starts to hurt after a while. Yeah, I'm hoping Magus. I'm probably gonna end up like pick ticketing potentially. But I'm gonna wait for all the new summer characters to come out before I decide I'm gonna use this Euro pick tick on it. I think after this, I'm probably just gonna farming Arcam. Mm. Hmm. I guess we could. I guess we could try and attempt that following the Metatron. I'm pretty sure he's the only one I don't have it for. I'm pretty sure I have it for all four of the regular ones, and I'm pretty sure I did it for Avatar. Oh, I could have delayed that. Oh, that's fine. I didn't know that gave grain after the first cast. On the third. Oh, it's not from. Okay, it has the weird like turn mechanic thing. Yeah, that throws me off for Charlotta because it's like I keep forgetting that after 10 turns she gets buffs to all of her stuff. Right until morning, more than likely. 'Cause I don't think it's a case of drying up. It might just be a case of all of the. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it is drying up because it is 1 p.m. for Tokyo, which is usually around the time I see some of the like depending on the raid, kind of like slow down. I say this, but usually if I like host a raid at like 3 or 4 a.m. my time, which is in like 4 hours, 5 hours, usually they get deleted by a bunch of JPs. I don't know. I know they've been dying really quick. All right, let's see. I think I have. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Metatron I think is the only one I don't have it done. I guess we can give it a whirl. The no elixir part that's kind of iffy. I think that's fine. More series of 4 gun. Nice, nice. That's really good. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a case of getting at least like one of those. The 4-star is gonna be pretty. It's like to be honest, like I don't know what I was expecting. Like I guess I tempered expectation going into Magna 3 because Magna 2 was a bit of a weird. For some elements it was really good, and other elements it was really bad at the time. Like that's changed over time, especially with the summons we've gotten. But like when I saw the guns, I was like, those are insane, bro. Those are actually insane. Not to mention, they give even less reason. Well, yeah, like I don't know. I think they kind of like the only problem I have with the guns is I think they give less reason to use the Revan weapons that give you bonus damage for having a 280% thing, right? Because it's like, why even go for those when you can just use the guns instead, which are significantly better. But I think that's kind of like the point. I'm not sweating it too much. I am not sweating it too much. Oh, I forget her bogey has delay on it. Nice. Trying to do theory. Yeah, that is. I think for a win, maybe, but I don't know about for light specifically because the Chev swords are still really good, right? Because the point is that like since they buff your like the Magna skills, I think it's probably gonna end up that they're still better used in conjunction with other stuff. I think probably like 2 to 3 is probably gonna end up being what's like the best. But that's also on an assumption that they don't find some weird like heck with it, like they tend to do. Looking at you, Exo Cocytus gun with Beef King fucking Street King fucking shenanigans. Take a little less damage. Because like I especially don't think for higher, like there's no way. Yeah, I don't think it'll be 5. I don't think for light it'll be 5. Cause like maybe for OTK, maybe, but like there's no way for the higher nightmare levels like you're gonna want to give up on the Chef swords. Like completely. I just don't know if you'll drop down to like 3 Chef swords, 2 or 3 Chef swords, and then just fill it up with guns maybe. I don't know. Like I don't know enough about the math. I know you definitely want at least like 2 to 3. That's for sure. But I think you take too big of a hit to the HP pool, or at least like the harder content fights. If you if you went like more than just like 2 or 3 guns. it's a little unfortunate that the gun Ogi effect is kind of like kind of mid. But it's like increased debuff chance along with the dispel. Actually, you know what's actually I just realized that like they could have given delay on one. Like I know they don't because it's for it's a Chev like weapon and they're like haha Chev dispels teehee. But like in all honesty, like I think they should have given at least one of the weapons a delay. So that way you have like another weapon you can use for like for what their face the dark Revan fight, right? Where you have to have this like a bunch of dispels. Where basically right now the only options you really have are what the the uni harp or um the tiger confist. Because even for Tiamat, I think you'd probably only use like 2 or 3 guns. Because I'm assuming that the cap is like works like all the other cap sources, right? Where you can use multiple to get to a. Well, I mean, that's actually no, that's just obvious. And then like I just don't think the 100% boost is gonna be worth with how much you'd have to give up. Yeah, no, I don't think that extra 40% is gonna be worth it. I feel like it might be for like maybe bursting stuff where you don't have to serve like you don't really care to do more than just like 1 or 2 turns of damage, but at least for guild wars, I don't think it would be necessary. So like, what would that? Nice. All right, we can technically officially. So, oh, that I wanna. I really hope that. I don't remember what the last orbs were available for Rise of the Beast, but I think I'm gonna try to farm the Baihu skin, even though that's like the one skin I'm like behind the most on for the weapons. I think I have like one of the other like. I'm pretty sure I have the Malice weapon for the other 3 elements 5-star. Well, I didn't have enough orbs for the Baihu one. Oh, that's another grind that like, oh my god, the grind is killer. Trying to get the Rise of the Beast skins, that shit is insane. I will say the one thing I'm curious about is yeah, I think the dagger from the new Tiamat raid is probably gonna replace the Fetial beaks or the AOR beaks. Image. Oh my PTSD from when I first started out. I have a feeling that it's probably gonna be like I think his reactor like they're probably gonna do something with his reactor phase and just make him just murder everything if you're not careful. But I have a feeling it'll either be they make dimensional cleave like just rid like just guarantees to one shot something, or what's probably going to happen is like they do some sort of like reactor core shenanigans like his playable version. And personally, I'm more curious to see how the like what his art's gonna look like. Because to be honest, the arts look really cool for the aura effects. Because like you have what is it, Yamat, which kind of looks like almost it definitely looks Malice inspired, which is which I'm fine with. I thought her Malice like version looked really cool. But I'm really curious at like how they'll look. I'm also curious if all of the weapons are gonna be guns, right? Because like I don't think it's a coincidence that the two the two must-have weapons are both guns for the two rids. So I don't know if that's just gonna be the trend of that they're all guns, or if it's gonna be that like each pair shares the same weapon type that people are gonna want, which will be interesting. I don't know. As not, all I know is that it's probably not gonna be an axe or sword for fire. Looking at you, Crimson Scales, and again, Lord of Flames, looking at you. Oh shit! I had the boss. My damage. Mm. I need Metatron. I don't know. So I just keep beating him up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like it's definitely one of the two. Like I definitely don't think it's a coincidence that they share it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're all guns, honestly, because as a whole for weapons, I think like guns have been. It's been a while since I've seen a grid that used a lot of like you had guns for the main piece, because there was like the old school Cerberus order grid like way back in the day. Then I guess aside from like the Exa, like Cocotus gun, but even then that's like one grid, which is kind of cheese. But it's definitely not a coincidence. They're trying to get that Cosmo gun some love, some use. I guess that could probably be the use, right? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, that probably is the plan. If you go the 5 gun route, right? You go 5 gun with a Cosmo rifle. To be honest, that might end up being the play for Wind because you get the HP from that. Because you get HP and attack, the Cosmo weapon. Ever been it. Yeah, you get the. Oh, I wonder if that's gonna be what it is. You just stack the guns and then use the cosmic rifle. I completely forgot about the cosmic weapon. Also, because the only one I use is a sword. I made the fist for shenanigans, but that was for really old shenanigans that don't really work anymore. That could be an interesting play. Them trying to give different grids to use different cosmic weapons. Style of stuff. Because if that's the case, then there is a chance that Yugu's weapon might be a fist then. I don't know if that'll work because of the Kame grids. That'll be interesting actually to see what's gonna be better between the Kame grids and the and stacking those weapons. That's actually gonna be interesting now that I think about it for Earth. Because at least for Magna, Kame grids have had a chokehold on the grids because not much else is stronger outside of like niche things like burst and stuff. I wonder what the April Fool's skins are going to be this year. Also, to be fair, like realistically, the biggest reason I want Summer Magus is because I think her like I haven't seen what it looks like, but I think her axe would be a nice skin. I'm not gonna lie, I think that'd be a pretty sick axe skin to have. It does not look too bad. Hmm. Mm-hmm. In hindsight, I should have probably farmed the light proving ground a little more than I did. I don't think I farmed it enough to have to be able to 5-star both of the weapons. Because I have a feeling, so either one of two things is gonna happen. Either the bow is gonna be nice to have, or the glove is gonna be nice to have. Granted, we do have. Wait, when is that? Like the fattest nap after eating. Zilla with the premium snoozes. I mean, it was a well earned nap after all that carrying. Goodness, I'm not gonna lie. Like between Apex and then like the weather here, like I wanted to pass out, but I was like I need to do it today. Ooh. All right, so what are those rebalance changes supposed to be? Is it in May? Oh no, it's next week. Huh. I wonder if I I hope so. So like the Eternals, right? Like what, half of them or more than half of them are labeled for rebalances next week. I really hope they don't do what they did with like Sarasa, where like the rebalance was only really good for their like 6-star versions, because that annoyed me so much. I mean, drops and unfortunately, it's because like I used to use like that's I know that for a fact. Russell was my very first Eternal who I got. Yeah, it was the first one I got, but I didn't like 5-star her because I knew she wasn't gonna be that beneficial to my team. So then I did Octo instead, and then six I did with the anniversary that gave us the free like the free uncap, right? And now I'm working on Cietos. But depending on how the reworks go, I might shift my plans. Because I mean they're reworking well, they're rebalancing, not reworking, rebalancing the siblings, Uno, Biff, Cohen. So we'll see how that goes. I'm curious to see how the Frau, how they are the Eternal rebalances will go. I really hope whatever they do to Frau makes her just disgustingly powerful, please and thank you. And I hope it's not just locked behind her 5-star. All right, we're gonna go do our turn. Grind. Oh, dude. Well, the perpetuity rings would be nice. Definitely want to finish getting this and this. I don't really care too much for the 18s because I already have a judgment done, but you know, I wouldn't say no to them. And then obviously try to get all of the New World Quartz. All right. I think the only way that happens is specifically if they do a rebalance for Haas and they just make her like terrible. Like honestly, because I just don't see a way for them to make Maria's like kit be better without doing something like that. Because oh my god, that kit is so it's so bad. It's so. I mean, they could surprise me. Who's rebound? I think there was a rebalance they did that we were all kind of surprised because Chat right, Chat Noir's like rebalance that they did where they like he went from being a meme to like actually being a usable character, and there are some strats that use them to really good effect. You know, so maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll surprise us, but I'm not really holding my breath on it. Maria was my first evoker like that I got. Like Frau was the second, but Maria was the first one I got. But I thought it was really cool. I was like, oh shit, the whole scales thing. I was like, that's pretty sick. I'm here for it. That and at the time, water was kind of like uh, water was what should we call it? I was missing like to be fair, I think water still is like my weakest for characters. It's got like specific characters that are really good. Like I have Vajra, I have Water Zeta and stuff like that, but like it's still kind of like the weakest in that like the repertoire of characters I have is pretty low. It's pretty low. Oh, he's not. I was really excited for her. And then And then when I got her, I was like, she's got finger guns. She's there, doing her thing. I actually don't know the difficulty like for the because I've actually never done them past the first one. But I'm curious, like what the MC Guild War skin is going to entail. I have a feeling it's going to be for having the Eternals transcended. That's usually what all the Guild War skins are attached to. Up by the whatever his figure is going to be in case I don't kill him. Oh my god. Oh my. 3 I've never seen him hit 3 mil. That was so gross. That was. I'm telling you, like Wellness, easily one of the most satisfying, like grand characters I've ever used, ever. It was a little weird when like he was introduced, right? And it was just like, yeah, he doesn't triplet, like he doesn't multi attack normally. He like multi attacks from like you know after he ogis and blah blah blah, and he has this buff thing. Like I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I used him. I was like, oh, he's key slaps. I was a Wellness believer. Like as soon as I got him, like and I used him once, I was like, oh, people don't know what I'm talking about. Cause that was another one. Like when he came out and people saw his kit, they're like, oh, he's so weird. He's not gonna fit. Blah blah blah. And then like I used them, and then there was a couple of other people that were also just like, well, this is kind of fucking lit. He beats the crap out of everything, and people were just like, no way. The more I use them, I'm like, well, this is a beast, bro. He's so good. I'm curious what the 5-star uncaps are gonna do to the Rise of the Beast weapons, though. I wonder if they'll add a new skill to make them more than just a put in for hard content weapon. I don't know. This next month's gonna have some pretty interesting stuff, though. We got some uncaps, got some rebalances. The Rise of the Beast characters. Pretty excited for that. It's the stinky got tut 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 tut. Hello, Mew. How was your weekend? Busy? Busy gato. Oh, he's not gonna. He just can't catch a break. But you're still alive. That's what matters. Thumbs up. Finger guns. Well, tested. He's so good. Sunday off this weekend. Winning, winning. I am so just a moron. I forgot to take that off. Delayed my bursts. It doesn't. It didn't. I was a little concerned that that would clear his buff. That's good. That's something to look forward to. How's the how are the arms surviving? I need to see wellness systems. So satisfying. Just watching him just hit for 3 mil for auto. Nice, nice. Alright, so this one has a bit more HP than the bird. It's kind of overkill just to push extra buttons for something gonna die in this time. Did I have to get a few vaccines? We're crying, crying. Did they at least like cocktail them or like? Oh, this one was 3. Oh yeah, I care even less for the that for. Oh, those. I never knew those were called invocations on. I never realized. Wait, no, I need to farm. Not you. Well, actually, no. Fuck it. I'll just do it in this one. Does he give? Oh, but he doesn't give. Oh, that kind of sucks. I wanted to farm the Xeno, but it doesn't. But he doesn't give the tokens. Oh, maybe I can do that. And hold up, hold up, hold up. Pause, champ. Bargain. Playing the demon cat. Winged Demon Cat. He's Winged Demon Cat looking mighty punched him in the mouthable. And he does drop this if wait, can I turn that? We'll find out. This cat pin cushion right now. That's alright, it makes you strong. You know, just keep telling yourself that. You're doing that to be strong. I can one turn this in. I can't. That means we're gonna sit here for the next like 8 minutes beating up this demon cat. Don't look at me. It had to be done. I need the loot. I find it so weird that the Herald Wind is. Wait, am I reading that right? No, okay. Yeah, no, he's fire. I don't know why the Herald is fire. That doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. That was right. Is what it is. what it is. I still find it hilarious how like most elements like still kind of like struggle to get unworldly Ogi characters, and at least like without restrictions, right? Like just free ones that just deal unworldly Ogi damage. And then Fire has two of them that came out for free with collabs. I'm not complaining. I'm a Fire Lord, you know. Power to us. But like I find that honestly amusing. Granted, I mean like there's plenty of other ones that, you know, from the gacha and stuff like that, right? Like water has a good amount of them. But like there's a plenty of other elements that, you know, they're either like grand characters or they have some sort of weird restriction to it. Like having to be below a certain health threshold to be able to cast their Ogis and stuff like that. Which to be fair, actually, now that we're on that topic, if they had tyranny weapons, like if they had more tyranny weapons, that could solve the problem for those. You just stack a bunch of tyranny weapons and just use them for Ogi, but then they would have to be in grids that have some sort of enmity. Like I'm not gonna lie, I honestly think if they give Fire a Magna tyranny weapon, wellness claws are probably gonna be like it's probably we're probably gonna be back in an era like Fire where like Fire enmity was, you know, the lead again. Technically, we've never really left, but like I don't know. I don't know if it'll rival like the Crimson Finger days though, because I definitely feel like if that's the case, it's probably like run 3 tyranny weapons, run 2 of the run 2 willness claws, and then run 2 of the buff Iron Flame stuff. Probably some of that. It's probably some math like that. Probably, you add it up. I guess well, no, it kind of depends because I don't think 40% isn't red health. Actually, now that I think about it, it's still green health. Well, no, actually, I think it'd be enough though. You'd probably still have enough. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of interested. I'm back to like farming at least the first 4, 6 dragon fights, so I'm not really complaining. Because Wellness is, aside from Galleon, I think Wellness is the only other 6 dragon weapon I don't have 4-starred. And that was literally just because there was no real reason for me to farm Wellness at the time, because you can't use the Dark Opus and the Draconic weapon together. And at the time, my Dark Opus was already 4-starred. So I was like, there's no point in me grabbing the harp because you don't even get a benefit from the harp till 5-star. And then I had even less of a reason to do it recently because I recently 5-starred my Dark Opus for Fire. So even less of a reason to do that. But now I do have a reason to farm Wellness because I need to 5-star the harp for whenever I do get around to being able to do the new high level, like the new actual hard content fights, to upgrade the Draconic Harp to be able to use it in the grid. Because I feel like that's going to be kind of like, well, it's definitely going to be an auto slot for anything that uses the extra slot, because not only can you put them in the same grid as the Dark Opus weapons, you can also put them in the extra slot after their upgrade. I don't know if you can do that with the Opus weapons too. So They're just like those are just gonna be no brainer uncaps. Right. Cool, that lined up perfectly well, honestly. Oh, I do need to do these though, because they can drop that. That means I'm honestly hoping that these tails of, because I think like I was looking at some people like reading some Reddit posts and stuff, and I don't think people hope that it's the case, but I don't think anybody's found it in writing. Or we don't know whether or not the Tales of will be like a rerun event thing. I think it will be. Like I feel like it's kind of a no brainer that they would. But because they're just really good for new players. I'd say like to be honest, they're really good for all players that aren't players that already have their Evoker 5-starred and don't already have like all their New World quartz like bought out, stuff like that. Not to mention that like it's probably going to go in rotation with Proving Grounds, Rise of the Beast, Tower of Babel, the Exo Xenos, you know, just these little events that they can put in when they don't have anything else to hold people over in between. Because bro, I remember when Rise of the Beast was damn near a monthly event. I think it was like every 2 months or something was a Rise of the Beast because there was just so little events, like so little like extra events. Like it was like Rise of the Beast, and you had Guild Wars, and you had like the like little story things in between, and then they slowly started adding more and more events that they could repeat on, right? Which then they added like the Xeno fights, which are now like permanent fights. So then they added the Xeno Exo fights, and then they added the Proving Grounds, and they added Tower of Babel. I'm pretty sure Tales of Arcarum are probably going to be in that rotation of just randomly just going to get sprinkled in throughout the year, which would be nice because they also help with like farming Arcarum. Because I still need to farm a bunch of the book missions because that's probably like the worst part about Arcarum is farming the guidebook stuff. These are really easy, but yeah, Diamond gun going low. I don't really care about the chain burst too much. Derby stays the vendor gauge +3. Oh, yeah, excluding P type. Do all of them. I don't know if I can actually do clear the P type, like the non P type raids for that yet. Oh, fuck right. I needed to get back skill damage ones. Yeah, yeah. I need to like get back on farming those. But that is going to be it for the night stream. I need to go to bed. I am tired. I have to wake up in like 9 hours to go get groceries. Uh, yeah. But my mom wants to try when we get back. But we're gonna go pass it along. I'm gonna say hi to King. Since I had to battle cringe. Say hello. So there we go. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We will definitely. Grand Blue is definitely the menu for the rest of this week for the night streams. There's a lot of grinding I need to get done, and it's gonna be like that. I don't know how consistently we'll do Grand Blue, because the new league does start for Path of Exile on Friday. Again, I don't think I'll start it on Friday. I think I'll probably start it next week, but there will definitely be Grand Blue content in the future because it's nice to just chill and just have a game I don't have to like think too hard on. That and there's stuff to grind because we have this, then we have Guild Wars, then we have Rise of the Beast. So there's a lot of like grindy stuff. Then there's also Grand Blue Relink with the new characters basically next month. We don't know when they're coming. I'm assuming probably in the second or third week with Sietha and Toen. So We'll be bringing back Relink to grind, unlock those, and then Sandy and May. Gonna be it for the night stream. We're gonna go say hi to King. He's playing. What was he playing? I think he's playing COD. Yeah, he's playing COD. Yeah. But if it is late in the day for you, I hope you have a good day. If it's late in the day for you, I hope you rest well. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I do hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye bye.